All right, welcome to Blue Star Report. Brad, that right there is Dustin. All right, today we're going to unpack that Rams game a little bit. We're going to talk about 7 things. Joe Milton won, Donovan Ezraku, a little bit about the offensive line, Zion Childress, Trayshawn Holden, Jay Toya, and some overall thoughts. And that's what we're going to do today.
All right.
Quick, easy, it ain't going to take us long. We're going to run through these. We like to do these. I like to do these videos about kind of the game recap a day or so after the game because I'm either so pissed off or so hyped up. I don't feel like I can make a good video. Yeah. So we're going to jump into this, and there's a good example of that on this very first guy that we're going to talk about, Joe Milton. What was his stat line?
He was 17 for 29, 143 yards. His average is 4.9 and 1 touchdown and 1 interception.
1 touchdown, 1 interception. And Dad and I, me and Dustin and Dad watch the games together usually every week. And Dad and I were ready to fire him on the very first drive of the game. We were like, get him out of the game. He's finished. And Dustin was like, this is the first series of the very first preseason game. Give him a little bit of a break here. So
he said he needs to. I've seen some interviews he did. He said he needs to calm down last year.
Yeah, he does need to calm down. Here's what I saw that I feel like he needed some help with, and he really needs to work on, and that is his touch pass.
Oh, yeah. He got that big arm, and he just rifled it in there, boy.
I mean, it didn't matter if he were 5 yards or all the way down the field. He's throwing it as hard and on as flat a line as he can possibly throw the ball.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's what really hurt him in the game. He really turned it around. He turned it around a little bit in the third, fourth quarter. He started doing a little bit better. He kind of settled down a little bit, but he was still throwing the ball too hard.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say he can't be a good backup for Dak. I think he can be a good backup for Dak, but and I think even Schottenheimer said it in his interview that he needs to work on not throwing the ball so hard every time he throws the ball.
Yeah, he reaches back and throws it.
He grips it, and rips it. Yeah. I mean, just lets it go. And there was he had some good passes, and in the very first part of the game, like I said, I was ready to fire him. I think he was like 0-8 or something like that. I don't know, something crazy, and he was throwing into some tight windows. I really think that if he was playing with the first team, that would help.
Oh, yeah.
Number 1. Number 2, first game of the year, preseason, I know, but still first game of the year, trying to make an impression. Probably got to him a little bit. I still think he can be a good backup quarterback. Yesterday, I didn't. And today, I got put a little more thought into it, and I feel like that if we just give him a little bit more time, I think he'll be okay. He did get a few running yards, 22 or something like that, running yards. So
he's essentially still a rookie.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he just rookie last year.
Yeah.
And so I think that he'll be okay. I don't think we need to go off the deep end on Joe Milton quite yet.
No, don't hit the panic button yet.
No, not quite yet. Give him a little bit of time. And I think if he can work on his touch pass, because I know he had, I can't remember who it was, wide open. And he just rifled it to him. I mean, there was no need to throw the ball as hard as he did.
He wasn't nobody around that guy.
Nobody knew around him. All he had to do is just float it out there, and he just unloaded it and threw it 10 yards over his head. But another play, the interception, to talk about that for a second. That interception that he threw in the end zone, I mean, we're talking the guys were double covered, or he was double covered, and okay, it's questionable to throw the ball to him because he was double covered. But if that would have been Pickens, I think he comes down with that ball.
Yeah.
I think he comes down with it. And I'm sure he's probably thrown that pass several times to Pickens in practice. And Pickens, 7 out of 10 times or 6 out of 10 times comes down with that ball. So if that would have been Pickens, he would have went up and high pointed that ball and got it.
Yeah.
I think that would. I don't want to crucify Milton on that play quite yet. I know it was an interception, but personnel, if we'd had first string personnel in there, I think that situation would have changed.
Yeah.
I think we could have gotten a touchdown out of that.
Yeah.
Or at least Pickens would have knocked it down.
Yeah.
Something. But anyway, so don't pull the plug on Milton just quite yet. Give him a little bit of time. I think he'll be okay. Greer came in for a little bit. He played, but we all know what Greer's going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen him several years. But like we said, just hold on and just slow your roll on crucifying Pickett or Milton.
Yeah.
Just yet. I think he'll be fine. I really do. I think he'll be fine. So we're going to skip right down to Donovan Ezeraku. All right. So he didn't have any tackles.
No.
Okay. Which is not, I mean, I don't know how many plays he played in. I tried to get that number for you guys, but they don't have that stat out yet when we're making this video. So I couldn't get the number of exactly how many plays he played in. But I do know this. We got him for pass rush. We got him. He's at the very bottom, very last one. We got him. His main job is pass rush. Okay, that's his main job. And I can give you one stat about him.
He had one quarterback hit.
He did have one quarterback hit, and he had a 33% pass rush win rate.
Pretty good.
Pass block win rate, whatever they call it, something like that. 33% pass block win rate. So he beat his guy 33% of the time, and I'm not sure how many times he pass rushed, but he beat him 33% of the time. And the average for the NFL is 20%. If you're 20% or above, you're average in the NFL. So he beat his 33%. So if you want to look at, okay, he didn't make tackles. Yeah. Okay. Did he do what we brought him here to do? Pass rush.
Pass rush. Right.
And yes, he did. He exceeded expectations when it comes to pass rush. He didn't get a sack, but when you throw a Parsons on the other side of that,
yeah,
no Diggy Zoo, put some first stringers in there. That's going to be a different story. But he did his job. He did what he came here for. He rushed the passer. He did get a quarterback hit, and he was, like I said, 33%, which is pretty daggone good.
Yeah.
Okay. He did his job. That's what we brought him here for. The next one, offensive line. Okay, we got like a hodgepodge of folks in there in the offensive line right now. But
they didn't do too bad.
Hey, Milton only hit the ground once.
Yeah.
He had one sack. And on several of those passing downs, it seemed like he had all day to throw.
Yeah.
He didn't do it. The offensive line did not do a bad job. So, and on the flip, also on top of that, we had 100. How many yards? 140 something yards rushing.
How many yards rushing?
Yeah, go to the very top where it says rushing. Right there, 148 yards rushing with a 5.5 average. 27 rushes for 148 yards, 5.5 average, gave up one sack. Okay. I can't get down on the offensive line. Okay. This is preseason week 1, guys. Okay. Yeah. Don't get all tore up quite yet. 148 yards rushing, pretty good, especially with the folks that we're using to rush.
Yeah. And we had one of our
not one starter was on the team on the offensive line.
Or the running back.
Or the running backs, yeah. So
Vaughn, Davis, and Micah.
Yeah.
And
one thing I couldn't believe is how many times why they had Vaughn in the game so much. I didn't understand that. I don't feel like he's in front of Maffa, and I feel like Maffa showed that. But we're going to talk about him here in just a minute. How come I don't have him on my list? Hey, don't forget, we're going to talk about Phil Maffa as well. Okay. So anyway, offensive line, I feel like they did well. We ran the ball, and Milton stayed off his back.
Yeah.
And I feel like he had plenty of time to throw the ball. I think our problem with the passing game was a combination of two things, and that is our receivers maybe weren't running real crisp routes. Third, fourth, fifth string receivers not running great routes, and Milton just unloading every pass.
Yeah, he's like you said, he needs to calm down.
And I know we kind of backed up here a little bit, but like Dustin said, he needs to take a deep breath. But the some of that on Milton, he was probably trying to fire it in there because they weren't getting separation.
Yeah.
In some situations, but in some other situations, he just flat out shouldn't have done that. But anyway, offensive line, I feel like they did fine. I'm going to repeat myself. I'm trying to keep from doing that, but repeat myself. We ran the ball well. Milton was only sacked one time, and I feel like he had plenty of time to throw the ball. And it was a hodgepodge of offensive line. No starters were in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk to the next guy, Zion Childress.
Very good.
UDFA.
Yeah, he had 6 total tackles and 5 solo and 1 tackle for loss.
Led the team.
Led the team
and all that. And guess what? He's a UDFA. Okay, Dustin and I did a video, I don't know, it's been a while, several months back, about the percentage of UDFAs that the Cowboys have on their team.
Late rounders and
UDFAs, and it is a high percent. So I guess what I'm getting at is there's always somebody the Cowboys find that ends up being a star or a starter or a really good starter, and they always find them. And I have a feeling that it's going to be this guy.
Very well could be.
Yeah, he's been doing very well in practice, in my understanding, but I feel like he did a really good job in this game. Like I said, led the team in tackles, in solo tackles. He's only one of a couple players that had a tackle for loss. I don't remember if he got torched on anything. He might have got beat once. Nothing major, though. But overall, did a good job, especially for a UDFA.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go to Phil Maffa, which I didn't have on my list at first, and that was one of the main guys I wanted to talk about today.
Oh, Maffa.
Phil Maffa. We did a video about him as well.
Yeah, he had 10 carries for 36 yards, averaged 3.6, and his long was 8.
And he had a couple of receptions as well.
Yeah.
He had a couple of receptions. He had one long running play that got called back for illegal motion or something like that, which would have jumped his stats up there a lot more. But of all the players that I feel like that we watched, I want to say Maffa was the one that impressed me the most.
Maffa?
Yeah. I feel like Childress did well.
Yeah.
He did really well. Maffa, let's see, who was the other guy that came in toward the end of the game? Malik Davis.
Yeah.
I know Malik Davis led the team versus he had a better average, whole 9 yards,
Yeah.
Okay, he's not a rookie. He's been on our team for several years. I like Malik Davis, have no problem with Malik Davis, but he was also playing against the
probably third, fourth
string guys. I'm not putting a whole lot of stock into it, but he was running hard and he did do well. So I'm not going to try to take anything too much from Malik Davis. But Maffa came in from the beginning practically, and I feel like he held his own. He put his shoulder down several times, run over a few people. He run around a few people. We've said this on several of our videos. We feel like by the end of the year, it's going to be Blue and Maffa in the backfield, 1-2 punch type thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are really high on Maffa. Like, they think Maffa is going to be the number one guy over Blue.
I think so.
And he very well could be. I'm not saying he's not. I think he does have that potential. But as far as guys that really stood out to me, I guess he really stood out to me more than any others because he was more in the limelight. He was like right there. He was running the ball or something. Yeah. It's hard to keep up with. The game process is so quick. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with, Childress and stuff like that. Like, who was that was covering that guy? And then next thing you know, the camera's off of him. But Phil Maffa, next week, keep an eye on him. I think he's going to get a heavier dose next week.
I agree.
Next guy, Trayshawn Holden.
He didn't do too. Yeah, he was 2 for 42 yards, 21-yard average, along with 35. But had 2 targets,
and he led the team.
Yeah, and that one long pass he had, that was a pretty good pass from Milton.
Yeah, that was a good pass.
That one long pass he got to him.
Yeah, and here's the thing about Holden is I kept trying to find him early on in the game. I don't even think he came in until the second half.
No, I don't think so either.
But when he came in, he instantly made a statement. You know what I'm saying? It was boom, boom, and he played really well.
He did.
He played really well. I liked him. That was one of the guys that we said in our last week's video that we should keep an eye on because he could be our third receiver. Him and Mingo, I think, are the two that are kind of fighting it out for that number 3 spot. Mingo didn't do so well. He was in there a lot of the game. He had 1 target, and that's it. So that tells me a couple of things. He's not getting separation.
Yeah,
is the first thing. I feel like that. Like I said, I feel like some of our receiving issues yesterday could have kind of fell to a little bit of Milton, but a little bit on our receivers' route running abilities and not getting separation.
Yeah,
and Holden, like I said, when Holden came into the game, it was an instant. Boom, he's open. Boom, he's open. Had him with 2 of them pretty quick, and then after that, it kind of slowed down. But that's what we have on Holden. Just keep an eye on Holden because I really feel like he could very possibly be number 3. If not, I don't see him any further than number 4 receiver.
No, he should be up in there.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
All right, so let's flip over to the defense here with Jay Toya. It was another guy that we wanted to talk about. We talked about in our last video to keep an eye on, and he's the big boy in the middle. Okay, early on they were running the ball pretty good on Dallas, but I was trying to keep up with if it was him in or if Mozzie was in or if they were both in or who was playing the game. Toya played. He didn't play a whole lot, but he did play some. And the plays that I saw him play that stick out in my mind is I watched him on, I know, three running plays where they come up the middle and they double teamed him. On one of them, he pushed the center back into the backfield. I saw that. And they still got a big run. I'm going to tell you why. The other 2 plays, he was double teamed, and they turned him a little bit, but he didn't move. He still held his ground. He still filled that hole. And I feel like our running game issues last night, they had a little bit to do with our defensive line. I can't say it's not all that, but I think some of it was linebackers not filling holes.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like the biggest problem with the running game was our linebackers weren't stepping up into the right holes and filling them. Because, like I said, I saw Toya on several plays, and the 3 that stick in my mind, he held his ground. He plugged the hole and did what he's supposed to do. Yeah.
I'd like to mention was Israel Mukuamu.
Yeah.
When I had that interception.
He's always a standout.
Yeah, in preseason.
He gets an interception every preseason.
Yeah.
He almost had 2 in this one.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He ended up dropping one of them. But he did get an interception, which was a very good interception, too.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so overall thoughts. What do we think about what we saw overall the Cowboys last night?
I think they need to add a veteran cornerback that can come in and start.
Okay. A veteran corner, I believe a veteran corner would help because they keep giving us update after update of when when our other corners are coming back, and so I don't even know when they're coming back. I don't think they know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's doing great, and then he's not going to make it week 1, and he may not be back till week 3 or so. Yes, I agree. Corners would be great. I feel like I know Toya did pretty well. I wasn't real impressed with Mozzie. I still feel like we need another one tech. Yeah, we need a good one tech. I think that would be helpful. I think our linebackers would be okay. Luafau and them, they played pretty well. I know when Overshown gets back and you get what's his name in there? Murray in there. Sanborn. I think they'll be linebacker crew will be a lot better. I will tell you what shocked me about the game, and that is we've been hearing all week for all week ever since OTA started, and since the rookies reported to camp, how Schottenheimer had this team just pumped up, ready to play. They were hyped up, this and that. But what shocked me the most was when they came out to play yesterday, they did not appear to me to have any urgency to them.
No.
They weren't high-fiving, slap, let's go get them, how they were portrayed to, like they've been doing he's got them running in the high and doing all this stuff in practice, and they're pumped up about football this year, and then they get on the field and they do not act like that whatsoever. No. I mean, not in the least.
Fight in them.
Yeah, they actually, and I know some of that has to do with them being, third and fourth string guys. But those are the guys that really need to get it going.
They're trying to fight.
They're trying to make for a roster spot. Yeah. So that was one thing that kind of worried me. I feel like some of the other things that went on, Milton's issues and little problems here and there with our defensive line, I feel like those things can be corrected.
Yeah.
And I feel like this could be corrected as well, but the one thing that worried me more than any of it was the fact that they didn't look like they had any fire at all.
No.
Okay.
I need to play with some urgency. And
definitely. The other thing that kind of shocked me a little bit was we came out, I want to say, the first 3 series and didn't run the ball at all.
No, yeah, we didn't run the ball.
I mean, I'm not saying we couldn't run the ball. We didn't run the ball.
Yeah.
He stepped back and fired 3 passes, and 3 passes.
Yeah.
And that was it. 3 and out, done. And that was one thing that shocked me. I don't know if that was Schottenheimer's way of trying to get Milton loose a little bit, kind of get him in the swing game. Maybe I think they did the one completion to a little swing out pass. Maybe he was just trying to get him, relax or something. But you would think to do that, you would just say, "Hey, let's run the ball."
Yeah.
And get the game going, and then get worked into the game. But that kind of shocked me. The play calling to start the game kind of shocked me. And I know Schottenheimer's not showing his whole deck.
Oh no,
he's not. They're not coming out there. They're not going to run the offense to 100%. That they're going to run their offense in week 1.
Yeah,
that's definitely not going to be, and that's not going to happen. So, but anyway, those are the couple of things that kind of shocked me about the game. I feel like overall they didn't do horrible. They started out really slow. I feel like that there's plenty to work on.
Oh, yeah.
But I do feel like there are a few bright spots in there.
Yeah.
That we can build off of.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
Who do we got this coming week?
The Ravens.
Well, we got the Ravens. Okay. Usually in the second game, preseason game, you get a few of your starters will play. Up maybe a quarter or up no more than a half.
A bunch of teams.
Yeah, I've already doing that. Dallas never does, though. They're not going to play in week 3.
No.
But they'll usually play, or in preseason 3, game 3, but they usually play a little bit in the first half of the second preseason game. So we kind of got a little bit of that to look forward to see, what we got. I hope Blue is back.
No, so
I'm not 100% sure if he's going to be back or not.
Sam Williams would take it easy.
Sam Williams trying to hurt people on our team. But anyway, that's what we got. That's our thoughts on the game. Like I said, I wanted to do a little, give myself a little bit of time to put some thought into it before I just jumped in here and started hammering. Because if we'd have done this video last night, I'd unloaded on Joe Milton.
Oh, yeah.
But now that I sit back, think about it, watch a few of the clips, he didn't do horrible for his first real preseason start.
Yeah.
He didn't do a horrible job. He did okay. He just needs to work on a few things, and we need to get some receivers to get some separation.
Yeah.
I think that was his biggest problem, because he was trying to fit balls into windows that. But if you ain't got nobody, if nobody's gonna get any separations, you got to throw the ball at some point. But anyway, that's all we got. So we're gonna do a video later in the week of what we think about this Ravens game upcoming, and also have a video I want to do about Prize Picks, because I have some thoughts on the season picks, and I really have some pretty good thoughts on it. I mean, there's some big, like 36 times your money type stuff. Put 100 down, win 3,600. And I've got some picks that I feel like have a real chance of making it. And I already had the thumbnail made for it. I just haven't made the video.
We can do that.
We need to do that. So anyway, that's what we got. Anyway, if you would, please like, subscribe, hit that notification button, put in those comments what you guys think about the game. Do y'all think Joe Milton's going to be okay or not? Let us know something. What did you think about Maffa? What did you think about Childress?
Yeah.
But let us know. Like, subscribe, notification button, and we'll see you guys later in the week.